that's not set up for me or people like me to succeed. I spent many years in homelessness, poverty, and food insecurity. Despite being an intelligent and capable human being, I've always struggled to keep my head above water, especially given the lack of basic accommodations in society and in the workplace. I'm lucky now to be supported financially by my partner, and so that I can focus on our household and doing mutual aid work full time. Prior to 2020, I didn't know what mutual aid was, but when the world shut down that year, I got involved in projects helping other people, which is something I'd always wanted to do, but never had the time or energy for. I sped through that so I could catch up to my slides. Mutual aid, which has existed since the dawn of humanity, is the act of community members collaborating to meet everyone's needs and help one another overcome obstacles. The motto of many mutual aid projects is solidarity, not charity. COVID-19 laid bare many systemic issues, including the astounding number of people facing chronic food insecurity. Emergency funds were made available by the government for the first couple of years of the pandemic, but almost all of those measures have since ended. In addition, food prices have since skyrocketed, making it even more difficult for people to get enough to eat. About 9% of Washington residents were food insecure at some point in 2022, which is actually lower than the national average, almost 13%. However, I'm sure we can all agree that no amount of food insecurity is acceptable, especially since children suffer at a higher rate than adults. Meanwhile, almost 450,000 tons of edible food was disposed of in 2021, making up 8% of our total waste that year in this state. Community fridges and pantries have existed around the world for a while, but there weren't many in the US until the pandemic spurred everyone to action in 2020 and beyond, and now there are hundreds. I'm very nervous, thank you for being patient with me. In March of 2021, I saw a Facebook post by someone named Carissa Hallstrom, who wanted to gather people to create a community fridge network here in Vancouver. I and many others responded enthusiastically, and in June of that year, we opened our first Vancouver Free Fridge location. The concept is fairly simple. Using volunteer labor and materials either donated or purchased with donated funds, we build a shed-like structure just big enough to house a refrigerator and pantry, which is then placed in the yard of someone who's volunteered to be a host and is accessible to anyone and everyone 24/7. There's signage at each location directing people to our website for information like our food offering guidelines, as well as updates on inventory. Volunteers coordinate through the Slack app to maintain cleanliness and food safety. Our mission is to facilitate safe community sharing of good, nutritious food, as well as reduce food waste, which is not only unnecessary, but is a contributor to greenhouse gases, which drive climate change. Our goal is to put a free fridge in every neighborhood in Clark County. Food offerings come to our fridges from a variety of sources, the primary one being everyday people sharing their overabundance. In addition to that, there are also multiple businesses like restaurants and grocery stores that give unwanted food to the fridges on a regular basis. We also put forth additional effort when needed. During heat waves, we stock cold drinks in the fridges, as well as coordinate drop-offs of coolers full of them to unhoused camps around town. During winter, we install chest freezers at our locations and arrange food drives to fill them with food for holiday meals. In over 2 years of operation, we've opened and closed a few different locations, and but we're always working to expand. We currently have 2 active locations and 1 in the works. Due to the anonymous nature of the project, there's no way to know exactly how many people have been helped, but we believe it's been hundreds, if not thousands. It takes a lot of collaboration to run a community project like ours. We have a team of about 5 people who manage things, making sure everything's running smoothly on a daily basis, as well as a rotating group of volunteers that do maintenance and transportation of food from local businesses. We're always in need of more volunteers and more food offerings. If you're interested, whatever your skill set, please connect with us. We could use your help. There are flyers and a sign-up sheet to put your email to get a message from us about how you can get involved in the lobby. There are other groups in Vancouver. Oh, can you pause it? I'm sorry. It's gotten ahead of me. Oh, the slides are out of order. I mean, that's on me, not you. Okay, I'm gonna do this to go forward one. There. I'm gonna go ahead and do them out of order because I messed up the slides. We also recognize that what we do is inherently political, as we support equal rights for all humans to basic necessities, including food, water, and shelter. We stand in solidarity with those who resist oppressive governments that would occupy their land, bomb and starve them, and we do not condone the actions of our leaders who support and enable the oppressors. Oh, there we go. Let me back it up one. I asked Kevin to have it automatically go forward, and I shouldn't have done that. There are other groups, mutual aid groups in Vancouver, who started the same way we did by seeing a problem and taking action to solve it. Free Hot Soup and Urban Abundance are 2 of these programs. So there you have it. That's Vancouver Free Fridge. We're extremely proud of how much we've accomplished so far, but this is only the tip of the iceberg, and with the community joining us, we can do so much more.